how you make Bryan Fury accessible to everybody that wants to play him. Like, it takes no skill in this game.
This is Reddit. Well, Reddit is LTG, I've noticed. Yeah, Reddit is LTG. Let's say LTG and Reddit are one and the same. They have a Raijin Fengwei and a Raijin Victor. I'm willing to bet money that if they pick up Bryan, they will not reach Raijin with Bryan. What's up, guys? TheMainManSWE here. Hoping you're all doing awesome as always. I'm gonna do a fun review today. Apparently, it's true. I just kept hearing whispers and rumors in my chat that LTG himself, the greatest fighting game talent of all time, mentally untouchable, he's going to go for the highest rank in Tekken 8, God of Destruction. I mean, there's so much trolling and clowning going on with this guy. You know, everyone shits on him all the time, that I don't know what's true anymore. But apparently, according to my chat, unless they're bullshitting me, he's serious. He wants to hit God of Destruction in Tekken 8. And that's a pretty ambitious goal. Can only respect that. So I'm gonna watch a little bit of his gameplay here. This is some a troll compilation, I think, on YouTube. But I just feel like, first off, it's gonna be impossible. He has to just step one with LTG. Like, for example, if I was coaching him, would be like, you have to completely change your mental. Step fucking one is just admitting defeat. You saw this guy that did 3 snake edges in a row and you ran into it. You played like shit and you got outplayed. Say it. That's just step one, being able to say that. And it's just like, if you can't do that, like, you'll be your own worst enemy and you will never improve. Not in any real way. You'll improve by small increments here and there. You'll do a combo slightly better. But you will not improve where it really matters. But again, maybe he's better now. I haven't watched these in a while. Maybe he's better now. Okay, so now we're gonna watch a match. LTG plays Fengwei. I can't see the rank though. That's very unfortunate camera positioning. But I think he's Raijin. He's going up against a 22 Dan blue rank. This is already pretty impressive. Like, Fengwei sure is S tier. He has a lot of bullshit. Not quite as easy as a lot of people say. He's not Victor, he's not Alyssa. Does have a pretty decent win-loss ratio online, though, I think. But this is pretty impressive. He's made it to, I just assume, 22nd Dan. And he's gonna play against the Lee. Lee players typically are stronger than their rank. I think statistically, on average, Lee players have the highest amount of defensive attribute and stat. It's either Lee or Steve, I think. Bryan's are also up there. Okay, so he immediately gets magic forward here. And the Lee goes for 4-3-4. I don't think we'll see LTG punish that at some point. It's pretty tough to do. That was super sloppy and lazy by Lee. He didn't even attempt to forward dash stop and then let it rip. He just runs in and just while running 3-4. And that's probably why this Lee is at right here. Any strong player will not simply run in like that. You're gonna get sidestepped. I feel like LTG does the right thing here, but he immediately... Remember the sidestep video I put out? How do we sidewalk? We keep sidewalking until the whiff is confirmed. The opponent is done with his attack, but he presses a button here, so he's not gonna win this interaction. Gets... That's just pressing too much. Runs into a forward 3. It's a counter it throw. And of course, just something, if someone just said something basic to LTG here, like, how do you beat Lee? Don't press. Be very patient. That simple little information, Chicken McNugget, would do so much for LTG. But again, when you know it, his mental, he's constantly on edge, which doesn't help, which leads to him pressing more buttons, I think. But it has to be said that when I played against LTG, I could sense somewhere there that there was a competent player. Because if he wanted to, he could be patient. I honestly believe LTG could be a good fighting gamer. It's just that he gets in his own way, in the most unfortunate way. Is this a coaching session for LTG? No, it's more like I heard that he wants to get the highest rank in Tekken, which you gotta... I can only respect him there because it's gonna be a lot of work. So I'm just looking a bit at his gameplay. But there he got 3-0'd by this league.
3 rounds to a mashing sloppy scrub.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about. It's like, you gotta analyze your loss a little bit and go like, what did I lose to? But immediately, like, okay, it's a fucking scrub. And he just completely dismisses the guy. But fair enough. He gives him the rematch. Fair enough. I expected maybe we would see a plug. Maybe we would see a skip, decline the rematch. But he goes in there again. So shoulder in the neutral, which is launch punishable. And now we get these really awkward cuts in these videos. I wish we could see the full matches. Okay. Okay, he didn't plug. He just tabbed on console. He didn't plug. Okay, so this is a good round for LTG, the BBC King. You gotta respect that. But is this gonna be a comeback? I assume it's going to be. Nice break. That's so unfortunate. So what just happened here? Lee runs in and does a million lows. Yeah, just lows. Lows. He tried to camp over there, but got hit by 443, which has a lot of reach. And that's frustrating.
How the fuck I lose 6 rounds to a
But there, the Lee player had a hard read on that, okay, LTG doesn't like the duck. And then how do you do a comeback? Low, 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 low. It's super classic. If you really think about it, how many millions of times have someone done a comeback on you by just running in and doing low, 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 low until you're KO'd? Because so many people are like, we don't want to duck because mids hit so hard in this game. Many of my comebacks are like that. I just do mid checks all day long, and then when it's comeback time, low, 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 and it works on some of the best players because they're like, no, he's not gonna do lows.
Trash ass player. Bro, like, this game, it just does not show who... Oh my god, bro. Like, what the f was that garbage ass even doing in the first place? 6 rounds to a lame ass button mashing idiot. Only...
But this is where it's so easy to say, like, but if you're losing to someone who's button mashing, you're trash, right? That Lee wasn't button mashing. Eddie players, however, Lydia players, has he run into an Eddie or a Lydia? I can only assume it's reaction.
Version of Tekken, people can get away with YOLO ass shit like that. Play against
but I mean, if he thinks that Lee was annoying, Lydia rushdown, Eddie rushdown. I mean, I wanna fucking jump out the window.
YOLO ass character.
Oh, speaking of rushdown, yeah, this is not gonna work. And again, Reina players, they tend to be good. They tend to be good. Did not launch that. Down for 1-2. Could have just done a simple down for 2 there. Ducks. You really shouldn't do that. Oh, drops the combo. Okay. Nice! Should have launched.
Oh, what the f is this?
Oh, come on. No, you've been playing Tekken for... He's been playing for many years. I know he played Tekken 7 as well. Everyone launches hell sweeps. Even green rank players launch hell sweeps. That's your mistake. Heat smash. Recharge? No. Ah, yeah. He does a keep out tornado. Mix up. That's rough.
Round 3. Fight.
You're just waking up with up 4 for a juggle. Tekken 8, bro. Up 4 for a juggle. 50-50 with a...
Alright, and he has this toxic relationship with the game, I assume. Alright, he's uninstalled it before, right? He hates Tekken 8, but he keeps playing it daily, I assume. Which is also very bad.
Fucking goddamn heat every time.
Nice, down to 1-2. But it's a fairly even match, though. Like, they've both taken 2 rounds. That
I
one
got
too.
robbed. I literally got robbed off one launcher.
This attitude isn't exactly rare. If I play a Dota 2 match, I see 9 people express themselves in this way, except it's in Russian, in a voice chat. Almost every match. Or if you play Tekken, there's plenty of people who have this exact attitude and are just salty as fuck. And it's just, it's such a bad attitude to have, and I feel like no matter the game these guys play, it's always the game's fault, or the opposing player, or my team, or their team. It's never your fault. And the people who say this thing, you know, when they played Tekken 7, it was Rage Art. Rage Art was the new thing. A Rage Driver and Rage Art are so, you know, so fucking scrubby, made to help out losers and people who don't know what the fuck they're doing. And in Street Fighter, I'm sure people are complaining about Drive Rush being the scrub move. V-Trigger, I think in Street Fighter 5. It's just, there will always be some excuse that the game helped him win. But at the same time, you're like, well, every tool he has, you have at your disposal. Certain people are insanely negative about the game. And people come to my stream saying, oh my god, how does it feel that Tekken is dying, Tekken 8 is dying? And I just want to say that, yeah, on Twitter and Reddit, they talk about this game like it's the worst Tekken game ever made. But when you look at the numbers, it's doing well. So those of you who like Tekken, I just wouldn't be worried. It had a good launch weekend, and I think right now on Steam there are like 7,000 players per day. The equivalent with Tekken 7 was like 2,000 at this point in time. So I just wouldn't be worried. It's just that it's an extremely loud minority. And it's to the point where, you know, people like me who really like the game were called shills. I've seen FDX being called a shill. Yon Ding recently in an interview said he likes the game and thinks it's fun. And it's like, to certain people, it's almost like you have to constantly apologize for liking the game. But it's like, no, I think this is the best Tekken game by far. And when you look at the metrics, it's doing well. It's doing well.
Fight.
Every scrub wakes up with handstand. Every single panic fucking scrub.
So why do you eat it then if everyone does the same thing? If everyone does the same thing, that means it's predictable. Oh,
Final.
That's Fujin Nina with the Giga Chad name Biscuit. I mean, I've seen horses named Biscuit, but never a Nina. That's rough.
Final round.
You'll never guess how this sorry ass beat me. Woke up with a fucking handstand. This game is a fucking joke.
Round one. Fight.
Right, but yeah, of course, he is right, Jim. That's good. Again, but Nina here doesn't duck down like 1-4. But which we can forgive. It's Fujin rank, and Feng Wei is not one of the most common characters. But if you play a very popular character, you don't really get away with your mid-high strings. They start getting ducked at around these ranks. Hwoarang gets pretty tough when you get up there in ranks. I think it should be fairly easy still at Fujin, but TekkenGod Hwoarangs are exceptionally strong players.
Basically gonna spam, open up game block, blah blah blah, spam the same fucking J.
Should have punished that. Shoulder.
Bizzle juggles, blah blah blah. Like, dude doesn't even know what to do. Just basically looking for a way to spam all spam. Tekken 8.
Round two. Fight.
My god, did that Hwoarang take a risk there? This does that. Very poor combo. And then here, just point blank back free. Maybe he had a hard read on LTG ducking.
He's an offensive, that's it. Here we go again. Spamming shit off offensive again. Soon as a scrub gets offensive spam out, they're gonna keep spamming with this character. So starts grabbing, spam.
Does he know that he has forward 1+2? like Power Crush Heat Engager. I know I've seen him use Kempo, but like back one, if someone's spamming, like back one, your broken Power Crush, like he has some of them up for 2. Does he know he has these buttons? I feel like his chat should help him out a little bit here. Well, unless you're seen as backseating and you get banned. But imagine if someone just showed up in his chat and said, I've seen you use Kempo, LTG, but outside of that, you have a 10-frame back one that counter hits into a shoulder. You have up for 2, which is one of the best evasive buttons in the game. And you have a broken Power Crush in forward 1+2. If someone spams. I mean, it would make his life 100 times easier. 100 times easier.
This player is horrible and I lost 3
He would just absorb whatever they're doing and just
rounds.
blow them up.
This god awful and I lost 3 rounds. How the fuck are these trash players up this high in rank? How?
Round 1.
But dude, you're losing to this garbage. It's a funny statement. Of course it's Salt, so he's not thinking about what he's saying, but how are these trash players this high in rank? He's at that rank because you're a Raijin and you just lost to this. Or when he said, oh, we're just spamming Kip up all the time. And it's like, well, remember that. Instead of dismissing it and being upset at it, try to remember and memorize what these guys are doing. And then you'll notice that, okay, 90% of Fujin Bryans, we do the same thing. 90% of Xiaoyus, Ninas, Jins, they do the same thing at those ranks. Chances are, if you get the download on one of them, you can beat most of them. But you gotta keep an open mind and not just dismiss all the time. That was a cool combo. Almost. Wow, brave. Skate, but the Bryan is on the motion match. Okay, so LTG is on Victor now.
Shout out for the 14
Why do I feel like Reddit would be on LTG's side here with that Bryan sequence? Isn't that true? You would take, you would say that's so bullshit. Yeah. And they would sound like LTG. They would be LTG here, I think. But so here, I just can't be upset at this because here Bryan is standing still. We're both standing still. And then calls him out. You're gonna press a button. That's a slow startup back one. Kablam. Now it's gonna really hurt, but it's deserved damage. And here LTG doesn't notice obviously, but this is Soul Eraser. And here you can on reaction when you see that fist glow, now you can sidewalk it. If you keep that in mind, you can beat it every time. But I'm not saying it's easy, you have to practice that, but he doesn't know this, so he's blocking, and you're going to lose. If you're at these ranks, the Bryans will do just mash out a Soul Eraser at the wall. They love that, or they'll do 2 in a row. They won't really use taunt, or some of them do know taunt back 4. Some Bryans at these ranks have insane execution, but that's why I said in my anti-Bryan video, just try staying on the ground. Standing up and trying to backdash or step a taunt or step Soul Eraser, that's really difficult. And even then, you know, he can start doing Incinerator, like 4-2-1-2. So I'm just like, try and just stay on the ground. And most Bryans like this, they'll just whiff a Soul Eraser into nothing. It's just a really nice, just stay on the ground, you know. Typically helps.
Shout out for the 14 months, bro. How you make Bryan Fury accessible to everybody that wants to play him? Like, it takes no skill in this game.
This is Reddit. Wow, Reddit is LTG, I've noticed. Yeah, Reddit is LTG. No, Bryan takes a tremendous amount of skill, and this is where I say to LTG, and I say to Reddit, just try playing the character. I can assure you that For example, LTG, let's say LTG and Reddit are one and the same. Well, they pretty much are. They have a Raijin Fengwei and a Raijin Victor. I'm willing to bet money that if they pick up Bryan, they will not reach Raijin with Bryan. 100% it will not happen. Nice work.
We're gonna watch the same fucking combo of last 8 did. God, this shit is a joke, bruh. 3 rounds to a sorry fake ass online Bryan player. How do you dumb down Bryan, bro? Namco, you the lame.
But he just got counter hit, and now he was a super nice whiff punish actually. 4-4-1.
As fuck. Imagine getting banned. Banned this like that.
Imagine getting juggled. Yeah, unfortunately, we all get juggled quite a bit in Tekken. They're just moving around. And look at the Bryan's timing. Congrats, you just got completely fucking owned at core Tekken. It doesn't get more basic than spacing like this and then calling out someone's timing. I don't know, anyone can be mad at stuff like this. Like... Oh my god, he's 4-4-1.
What's the point, bruh? It's just spamming the same couple of counters to repeat the same combo over and over and over again, bro.
Nice. Ooh, and launch punches it. He is not in heat, so Victor's expulsion is launch punishable. But that was kind of sick. I hope he doesn't do expulsion again. And I just want to stress my sidestep video again. Like, how do we sidewalk in Tekken? We confirm the whiff. If he had gone with my philosophy or the philosophy of high level, he would have been sidewalking and then blocked that snake edge. But unfortunately, he starts pressing before he knows something has whiffed. He starts pressing in the middle of his sidestep. And it's this mistake like intermediate players do all the fucking time. And then they always wonder, oh, why did that track? Everything tracks. Oh my god! Like, and they say, oh, sidesteps are broken in Tekken. Sidesteps don't work. Well, it's because you're not doing it properly.
How many outs do you need in this game? That's 2 rounds that I lost to on Wake Up Rage Art.
I used to think Rage Arts were kind of broken in Tekken 8. But I honestly, considering how strong characters are in this game and what you can do aggressively with heat, I think the counterbalance for the team was like, let's put in the best parry of all time in a Tekken game. And that's what the Tekken 8 Rage Art is. It's the best reversal ever. It also happens to me. I press into someone and they Rage Art, and I'm the one who feels like an idiot. If someone is just mashing Rage Arts on Wake Up every time and I eat it, is he really being the idiot or am I the idiot? And I certainly feel like an idiot when I've done 2 heat dashes. Oh, I'm gonna do my 50-50 now. Heat dash on block +5, and I try and mix up, and the player Rage Arts, and I'm like, oh shit. But I really feel dumb when it happens twice. That's when I'm like, okay, I'm so fucking stupid. It's quickly getting pretty repetitive. So we're gonna watch this match as well. Claudio, Warrior Star. But now it's just constant tabs. Constant tabs. I don't know why he does that. I think it's so no one can see him getting beaten up or something. Like, he feels the opponent is such trash and it's not worthy of his time. So no one gets to see it. So I think he tabs out just to dismiss the opponent. I feel like LTG has to make a decision, in my opinion. Like, he has a very toxic relationship with the game. That is very apparent. Like, he hates the game, he dismisses it constantly. But I've seen other people do this with Tekken 8. And in my opinion, it's like, you gotta hard commit to one option, because what you're currently doing is not working. It's downright unhealthy, in my opinion. It's really bad for you. I would hard commit to either option A, which is quit the game. This is not for me, this is not fun, this is a game for scrubs and losers. I'm too good for this game, this is not for me. Whatever your rationale is, just dump the game. It's clearly not working out. You're super miserable. Just dump the game. See if there's some other game you like more, like Civilization or Dead by Daylight or whatever it could be. Maybe even, I was gonna say Street Fighter, but I'm thinking there are some Rage compilations there as well. That's option A. Option B is saying, you know what? I don't want to quit this game. I keep coming back to it, and it must be for a reason. There must be something I like about this game. So you know what? I'm gonna shut the fuck up now, and I'm gonna hard commit because I want this game to stay in my life, and I'm gonna change my attitude a little bit. Every day I'm gonna try to learn something, and when I learn, I'll probably feel like a positive feeling in my body, and like, fuck, it's going in the right direction, and I'm improving. And it doesn't matter that I lost every match I played today. Might feel a bit bad, but that's not the end goal. The end goal is to learn. And that feels good, you know, when you let go of this obsession with winning all the time, because you're not entitled to winning. You're not. When you play a real PvP game, you're gonna have days where you lose all the time. But you have to accept that. That's what a PvP game is, when there's MMR and it's competitive. So I would just, if you want to stick to Tekken or whatever game you're playing, just accept the game for what it is. I'm not entitled to winning. I want to learn. And also, like, accept that you get outplayed. When someone beats you, it's not because, I mean, sometimes it happens that you might get cheesed out by something, but most of the time you just gotta acknowledge that I got beaten by this because I didn't know the counter. Or, fuck, he outplayed me. You know, acknowledging one's own mistakes. How are you going to learn if you can never acknowledge you made a mistake? Oh shit, I shouldn't have pressed into that. Fuck, I lost. Okay, in the next time I see this situation, I'm not gonna press there. If you're unable to do that calculation, like, how are you ever going to improve? How are you ever gonna improve if you can't acknowledge that was my fault? So yeah, for me it's like toxic relationship to the game, option A or option B. That's what I would do.